Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Say Less Basketball podcast. You're currently listening to episode 32. I think this is 32.
Yeah.
We're back. I'm hosted by yours truly, Zach Fulcher, with Muhammad Dafelseed. Will's got a little case of the sickness this week, but we wish him the best of health. Hope he gets better. It's had a rough week, but we appreciate him. We value his contribution, but the show must go on, if you will. And this week we're talking about some funny stuff. The the Paul Pierce ESPN comments a while about why he left ESPN. Some Kawhi former teammates also came out and talked about his demeanor and his work ethic while on the team and the Raptors and the Clippers and stuff like that. And then also Dame had an interesting Instagram post as well amid the trade rumors. So we're going to get into that. And then the big thing is Stephen A. There's a big thing with Stephen A. Smith admitted to kicking, deliberately asking Max Kellerman to step off the show. So we'll talk about that. We're gonna hit Paul Pierce ESPN comments and then Stephen A. Right after that, and then the Kawhi thing and the Dame thing after that too. So Paul Pierce ESPN comments. Your thoughts, Mohammed? He ripped ESPN. They've been talking about ESPN for a while after he left. There was a video, with this full of strippers and playing poker and smoking, and that's why he got fired. It was kind of like a full a full quit.
Yeah.
Went on a blaze of glory, I guess, because he
Thanks.
knew it was ending. He said, "You have to talk about LeBron all the time." He took some shots at the coverage of LeBron. He said it wasn't a great fit. Um, I was done with him anyway. There's a lot of stuff over there you can't say. You have to talk about LeBron all the time. Um, he said he didn't do anything illegal. These MFers in the Hall of Fame, some did drugs, cocaine, battery. What the hell? What the f did I do? I was just having a good time. All the people coming after me. Half you MFers do the same shit. You're just hiding it, and you all are married while you're doing it. I'm divorced. I'm retired. I'm having fun. So he's taking a lot of shots here. Um,
Thanks.
uh, do you have anything to? Obviously, Paul Pierce doesn't want to talk about LeBron. That's probably the main reason he left, because I feel like he's always hated LeBron ever since he joined the
Oh
Heat.
yeah, for sure. For
Oh, for
sure.
sure, yeah.
For sure.
He wanted to run it back with Boston and get another one, but
Yeah, for sure. It's crazy though, because when Will had sent us these the post about it was the first time I heard about it. I was like, dang, Paul Pierce said this. And I was
yeah,
like all confused, and I can't understand where he's coming from. Like the whole not having a good fit with them. Obviously, we all know ESPN's kind of, what's the word? They kind of favor athletes to talk about Tom Brady,
yeah,
LeBron.
yeah,
So I'm not surprised someone like Paul Pierce, who had a big rivalry, Boston and Miami. Um, it's just the whole him getting fired. I understand. I didn't agree with him getting fired over the whole like smoking and having strippers, but it's like I understand why he got fired, but I understand why he got mad about it, because obviously, like even if he was smoking in a legal state, and obviously having strippers, I don't think you can. I mean, you can invite strippers to your house. I don't think that's illegal. Everything he was doing was legal. It's just that it wasn't the right time, or just he wasn't right to release a video about it or go on Instagram Live, because that's just,
yeah. That's just
yeah. You
stupid.
don't do that. Yeah. But it's crazy, man. It's crazy. He's more like open now.
Yeah,
I don't know. He just got inducted to Hall of Fame yesterday too, or today was it? Yeah, today was the ceremony. So
this is funny
yeah,
though. Yeah,
that's
I don't
it's
know what
just
it's
it's just
funny. I
funny.
mean, he's free to do whatever he wants, but the way he came out and started swearing and cussing at everybody and like, calm down, bro. Like, he's not gonna get hired by another sports thing after this because he just swore like
I mean,
crazy. I guess he doesn't
if he
want
can't
to,
work
but
for ESPN, yeah, I don't think he. I mean, did you like him on ESPN? Did you watch him a lot? I only seen him a couple
I've only
times.
seen him a couple of times.
I know he was on like, yeah, I know he was just on like the halftime show and stuff.
There's the infamous, It's over when they were down when the in the
Oh
Celtics and
yeah,
Bucks series. There's that.
oh yeah, but
Then
Celtics and foreign.
yeah, it's over. It's over. But he can go into Fox or TNT or any other primetime cable network. uh, after this
I would say
incident,
he'd
yeah.
be good on with TNT, but yeah, like you
Not
said, I don't think he's gonna get another job after this.
after this incident, nah, it ain't gonna happen. It
But
ain't
you
gonna
never
happen.
know, bro. For real, I wouldn't be surprised if he did get a job.
That would be wild. I don't know if he's been on like the Matt Barnes podcast. That would be funny to see if he went on if he went on the
Oh yeah,
Jackson and Steven.
oh he's definitely going all out
That
on
would
that.
be that would be
He
awesome. That'd be
he's
hilarious.
yeah, he's going all out on
He
that
went all
for
out
sure.
and joined them and or went on that podcast. That'd be funny.
hmm
Uh, I don't know. We'll see what happens with Paul Pierce. I mean, damn. I mean, the way he just it's
Paul, if you
just
listen to this, bro, I understand you.
come join and say less,
You
Paul.
yeah, come join us for real. You can say anything you want. We're not gonna tell you to talk about LeBron all the time. We don't even like to talk
Right,
about LeBron.
right, exactly. Yeah, he'd be a great attribution to our team. Great asset.
Flex. No salary that yet
No
though, so
salary,
you don't get paid
no
yet, not yet.
salary.
But that could
Yeah,
change because of you. So you
he could just gain some value, some nice some experience. Right,
good experience, and then you might get an offer from
exactly.
Fox Sports because of us. You never
Right,
know.
we help build his reputation back. We're good.
Exactly. Connect bridges,
Facts.
bro.
Right. All right, that's interesting. It's really interesting that he came out and said something again after he quit and after the whole big stripper Instagram live thing, and now he came back and said something else too because people were hitting on him. That's really interesting, especially around the Hall of Fame ceremony time period too.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know why it's weird.
Was this the first time he said something about him leaving or something? Because I don't
Yeah, I
know.
think so. I think so. Yeah, it's weird that he
That's
brought it up now of all times, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. That's funny. But with the Kawhi former teammates' comments, uh, Kyle Lowry recently went on the CJ McCollum's Pull Up podcast, and he
hmm
talked about Kawhi Leonard. There's not really any beef here. And, at
yeah.
first glance, you might think, "Oh, the former teammates are talking about Kawhi. It's gonna be something
hmm
big." No, it's he really just said that he understood that the Raptors team that Kawhi was the best player and they would live and die with the shots he takes.
hmm
Lowry put it. He said, "Big dog got to eat."
Yep.
That's facts. And then he also said he what some people were comparing the comments that Lowry had to Kawhi about it wasn't. It's very akin to what teammates of LeBron. I mean, what teammates of Kobe and MJ have shared about them.
Yeah.
So they're talking about his work ethic, and then I know you said Lou Williams said something about him too.
Yeah. Lou Will just basically said, Kawhi would he kind of operates slow. So, he would come in an hour before practice, he would practice and he'll stay out an hour after. So it basically spends like the whole day um in the practice facility. So, that's just how he is.
Yeah, I mean that's just a credit to his work ethic. I think Kawhi has an underrated work ethic, and
Yeah,
it's
facts.
not talked about it enough. I think because he doesn't portray it in the media,
hmm
and he's not covered or not a big name like Steph or LeBron. Because he's keeps to himself. I mean, he's kind of reserved,
Right.
right? There's obviously the funny moments and stuff like that happen, but those are just with the media, and there's not really like personal stuff he doesn't get into. But I feel like with Kawhi,
Yeah.
there's been incidents that have come out on like from like the Toronto days. I know the one moment when is what's his name, Nick Nurse, the Raptors head coach, said like if we can just get one game, we're going back to going back to play them at
Yeah,
home
and Golden State.
and Golden State. We can just get one game, and Kawhi was like, "Fuck that, we're gonna get both of them."
Yeah.
I think that's dope. I mean, that's a testament to his work ethic.
Yeah.
Um, his leadership. I think he's an underrated leader too, because that type of
Leads by example.
that type of mentality. Even when the coach says something like that, and he's not
hmm
afraid to step up and say some shit like that, That's a dog mentality. That's what you need. That's not really something a lot of the players in the NBA have at this point, I think. So it's
Yeah, I
dope.
mean, when I was seeing this, it was on Instagram, and the way the media portrayed it, it seemed like Kyle Lowry was saying like people getting mad at him or something. But it's just basically, I think it was just saying like maybe some of the young guys are just um, some of the guys that just don't really get that many minutes or stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of saw like firsthand how like a big superstar got treated because DeMar and Kyle Lowry kind of was like the two main guys, but I don't think
Yep.
DeMar got treated like Kawhi did. He dictates
No,
when they
yeah.
practice. He gets the private jet or whatever and all that stuff. So they made it seem like guys just didn't like the way he got treated and they got jealous or envy. But Kyle was just saying basically, Kawhi was just, hey, like I'm the guy on this team. Run the ball through me. Let me do my thing. I got this. And people just had to
Yeah.
understand that. People had to adapt to that, and that's basically how this. And it worked out for them because they won a ring off of him. So it's just interesting though because when I go on the comments, everybody was like, "Dang, everybody claims about LeBron." It's funny how everybody says this about look at all now people are saying about Kawhi now. Kawhi's kind of like exposing himself, and we're seeing the true Kawhi. I'm like, that's not what's going on here. It's just
Mm-hmm.
Kawhi's just it's just basically every superstar, every franchise player gets treated like that. So,
Yeah.
but it's because remember how last year like Lou Will and Montrezl Harrell and they kind of had like problems with the way Paul George and Kawhi were being treated, and then
Yeah.
they got out of there,
Mm-hmm.
and then Rondo kind of came in, and Rondo didn't really fit, and then he got out of there. So I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's just like I guess it's kind of funny because if people like see that happening, like people having problem with practicing and Paul George and Kawhi getting all this king treatment and all that stuff, and you have a problem with it, they basically get you up out of there. Maybe that's going to start problems with role players like Lou Will, but Lou Will seemed to be like he didn't care about it.
Mm-hmm.
But Montrezl I know had problems with Paul George, and they had problems with Doc Rivers too. So maybe in the future, maybe this might come back to bite them. But
Yeah, I don't know.
it seems fine for them right now.
Yeah, I know. One thing I have this with Harold, I think that every franchise or superstar player is going to have their like specifics that they need to do, and
Yeah,
they don't want to. I know DeMarcus Cousins has stepped up and said that Steph is like the only one he knows that doesn't need like the special treatment or something like that. I don't know what that means really because I'm not in the NBA, but I think
not
every
surprised.
most of the star players are
Yeah,
are gonna want special treatment or get their special things done, because they're the star player. And you gotta respect that.
yep.
If you're a role player like Harold, you have to know your role.
Basically,
If Kawhi and PG are getting a special treatment and you're not getting special treatment, that's because they're Kawhi and PG and you're Harold. I think he needs to respect that. I don't know. I think obviously when he went to the Lakers too, he probably saw that with LeBron and AD too,
hmm
because I mean, those guys probably need special treatment too. I know LeBron
yep.
probably does,
Oh
so
yeah, for sure, for
for
sure.
sure. So anywhere you go in the NBA, I think that's going to happen. Um,
Yeah.
and they're tripping if they think PG and Kawhi are going to be any different,
hmm
um, or LeBron and AD are going to be any different because that just happens in the NBA. Um,
maybe with Kawhi's situation is because of his demeanor. He's not really talkative, and he always seems like stone faced and all that stuff. So
yeah, but
he doesn't really So maybe that's why people took it the wrong way. But
yeah, but
guys like LeBron and AD, I feel like I don't know, like maybe they're more approachable with it. So maybe some guys will speak up, and then LeBron and AD are probably
yeah,
just let them know. But Kawhi, he just does his thing and he leaves. So
yeah, true. I don't know, but he's won at finals before, so clearly
yep.
it's not a deficit.
hmm
And I haven't seen any really bad rep from PG from like Russ or anybody. I feel like with Russ and Melo, it was all good in good faith.
Right.
I think they both, even though it didn't really work, I feel like they both respected each other.
Yeah. Facts.
So I don't know. I don't really think that they have like the diva mentality. It feels like that Harrell and some other players, you know,
Might think. Yeah.
might think, yeah. But you never know. We'll see what happens this season too with the
Mm-hmm.
Clippers, with one of the more interesting teams that are kind of underestimated. I think with the Lakers' massive additions and the Nets additions and
Yep.
the Warriors getting hyped up and everything. So we'll see what happens with the Clippers this year. They haven't really lived up to the potential, but you never know. They might pull it out sometime if everyone's healthy.
I mean, we'll see
They get the right
because they're
pieces
gonna be.
in motion, right?
Yeah, they're gonna have to because they're not gonna have Kawhi. So Paul George is gonna have
No.
some heavy shoulders this year.
Yep. All right. That's dope. Damn, I just realized we already went past the ESPN stuff. We'll talk about Stephen A last, but this Dame Instagram thing is interesting because a lot of people think that there's a lot of rumors that Dame's going to be gone, traded. He said I think after like around the Olympics time, right? He said like if they don't make any big moves with if Portland doesn't make any big moves, he's gonna asked to be traded.
Yeah,
And they haven't really made any big moves. Talked about this
not at
before.
all.
They've made like the opposite of big moves. They've made a lot of bad
Right.
moves. They made a few bad moves.
Yep.
Um, and not just in recent memory and in previous times too.
Mm-hmm.
So but he said that he's back for more with the Blazers, even after back for more. Rip City is my city. He said that on Instagram. And we're kind of a month away from the opener, so we're getting closer to the NBA season.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he also signed the 4-year, 176 million supermax extension that he signed in 2019. But a lot of people have been saying I don't know. This is really weird because he even came out and said that if they don't make any like decent moves or roster acquisitions, then he's gonna ask to leave, and they haven't. And now he's saying, "Oh, run it back," or "I'm back for more." But
It's weird.
it's weird. I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna get traded. I don't know if he knows that he's gonna get traded. There's been talking about the Ben Simmons for Dame stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know, man. This is weird because that we've been following the narrative this whole offseason. The offseason narrative was that Dame would be traded. He would ask to be traded, unless there was big acquisitions made, and not any big acquisitions have been made.
Yeah.
So I really don't know what to think of this, what to make of this, because he could have stayed quiet, and not said anything if that's what if that's an easy thing to do is just not say anything if you feel like you still want to go, because he already said previously that he wants to go.
Right.
But he came out and said, back for more. This is my city. Run it back. Like he's getting excited for the season. I don't. What are your thoughts? I don't know.
Well, I mean, maybe the Blazers just didn't have anybody. They couldn't really find a good deal for him. Even I don't know if they actually. I'm trying to see like if they actually like were shopping him around. But the only thing I see is just the whole Philly rumors. But that was more on of Philly not making a move than the Blazers. Uh, Shams said in late August that Philly had the eyes set on Lillard, uh, but nothing's happened. Obviously, I'm kind of happy that he's staying in Portland because I feel like Dame, personality wise, I feel like he's one of those guys that if he got traded, Philly, I don't think it'd be ring chasing first of all because I don't think like they're a clear cut favorite to come out the East because
Yeah.
they still have Brooklyn and Milwaukee and other teams.
Right.
But I always like Dame because of his whole like he's not really with the whole ring chase. He kind of wants not to do it by himself, but he's like, hey, I got drafted to Portland. It'd be nice to bring Portland a championship ring. Play my whole career here.
Right.
But it's crazy because like I feel like he just said that in the beginning to like put pressure, like he just applied pressure to Portland to hey, we're kind of been a mediocre team. Like me, Will, me, you, and Will have talked about before. Portland's kind of they're kind of like not terrible, but they're not championship contenders. So I feel like he just wanted to apply pressure to be like, hey, I'm trying to go to the next level. We made a conference finals, and ever since then, we got out of the first round in the bubble, and now we got our first round this year, even with Jamal Murray being out, and we couldn't even beat Jokic by himself.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, can you guys buff up the roster? But obviously, hiring Chauncey Billups and bringing Larry Nance Jr. It's good moves, but it's not the moves that Dame wanted, not the moves that most people wanted.
Yeah. Certainly not the
tough.
moves that Blazers fans wanted, I think. I think they wanted to see a trade for Ben Simmons or something big, It just didn't happen. And
it's Ben Simmons, and I mean, who else? Who else could they trade for?
I don't know.
Mean, maybe Bradley Beal.
Yeah, maybe. That could be
I've
nice.
always thought they had a good team. They have a really good team. It's just the defense is bad for some reason. And then other than that, like they had Norman Powell, they had Yusuf Nurkic, they had Cantor, Dame, CJ. It's like this is a good team to if they made the conference finals, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
So that's the part I don't get. I don't understand them underachieving all these years. It's just weird to me.
Yep. Will has mentioned on many occasions that the Blazers are the chokers of the NBA, and frankly, I haven't really agreed with him, but I think this is true because I mean this season was just a total letdown.
Yeah, facts.
Because they should have at least gone to made it a 7-game series and made it competitive against the Nuggets, and that just didn't happen. And
no, they should have beat the Nuggets. They should have beat the Nuggets.
They should have beat the Nuggets, right? They should have made it at least without Jamal Murray, but they didn't. They choked. They got blown out that Western Conference Finals. That the one time they made it was against the Warriors.
Yeah, without KD.
Without KD, they haven't been to that caliber yet. But they've had a decent team. They have a nice roster the last couple of years.
They have a nice roster. I'm saying,
and yet it just doesn't happen. We'll see. It's interesting that I think I said before that it was interesting that Dame said they need to make more acquisitions after they just hired a new coach. But we'll see what the new coach has to do.
Chauncey would be nice, yeah, but
nice.
like
we'll
it's just gonna be like just he's gonna come in and he's gonna make them better, but he's not gonna make them a conference final or a finals appearance. He doesn't have enough. The team's not good enough for that.
Yeah, they don't have enough.
They should have blown up the roster. If it's not Dame, then trade CJ and Norman Powell and all those guys. Get a package and trade for I don't know, just Bradley Beal or somebody, bro.
They should trade.
They gotta blow it up, bro. If you can't deal with this roster, then you have to change it up drastically. They haven't done that, so it's just gonna be them getting a 4th or 5th seed and then making the second round. Maybe that's what I see.
Yeah, maybe not even maybe not. Man, if they don't even make it past the first round this season, man, that's gonna be really bad. And Dame I would not fault Dame if he left after.
Yeah,
I don't really fault him now if he leaves.
I don't fault him now. I don't fault him next year. I don't fault him either way because, like, I know we can't have it both ways. I can't say, hey, I don't blame Dame for going, but I kind of want him to stay because, he's kind of different from everybody else with the whole ring chasing thing.
Yeah.
But
I really respect that. Yeah.
Yeah. So we can't have it both ways. I understand that. So whatever happens. I'm okay with it, but I guess wouldn't be ring chasing if if you just join Embiid because that's not really a super team. That's just
Yeah, and I like superstars who try to. It's really hard, and it's a business. And it's really hard because you see, players like Dame, time in and time out, come in and say, "I respect this organization," on multiple occasions. There's not just one time where they say, "I want to resign," and then they go join another team and do the same thing there. He said on multiple occasions and has been with the Blazers for a long time and wants to get it done, and then the management and the front office just doesn't want to consistently build around them.
Yeah.
It came up again this season in the NFL with Aaron Rodgers. Like
Mm-hmm.
you guys in the front office are morons. Like you don't want to keep Dame or Aaron Rodgers for their entire career and then help build around them and have them, being part of like talks and roster
Mm-hmm.
acquisition talks and trade talks, and you don't want to do that. Like I don't understand that. I think that's a terrible move on the front offices.
So I mean, some guys get that special privilege, and some guys don't.
Yeah, but if you're Dame and if you are like the epitome of the Blazers for like the last 10 years, you should get that treatment,
Yeah.
right? If you're Aaron Rodgers and you've been the Packers, face of the Packers for the last 10 years, you should get that treatment. I don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Facts.
that's just bad management, man. And I don't have any, you know, knock on guys who leave after something like that because they've exhausted themselves trying to, love, and they have all this love for the franchise, and they've exhausted themselves trying to get better and get past that point of, oh, we're a decent playoff team, but we need to get to the next level. And he wants to get to the next level. And if they don't want to do that, if they're just complacent with where they are now,
Yeah.
then it's gonna be adios, But I don't know.
It's
It's
gonna be
tough,
on him,
man. It's
if
tough.
anybody.
Yeah. It's tough, man. Yeah. It's tough to see stuff like this. Just because
And
they
stuff.
love, yeah, because they love their franchise so much,
Yeah.
and then they just don't want to. I don't know. We'll see what happens with the front office and the coaching staff and everything. It's gonna be crazy.
Good luck to
But
them.
good luck to them. Good luck to the Blazers, man. It's gonna be an interesting season. But also, really quick, a big story this week was that Stephen A. said that he didn't intentionally. So Max Kellerman left First Take, obviously on ESPN recently. They were on like for like 5 years, I think.
Yeah.
I think Max
Five,
spent
6 years.
5 to 6 years, right? They were, I think Max
Well,
was
I'm bugging. No, it's 4 years. 4 years.
really, yeah, okay,
4 or 5
4 years.
years. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, I feel like Max was a nice acquisition after Skip. I feel like, when he came in, uh, it was a little bit. I was like, I don't know if he's going to be as good as Skip. I don't think anybody is good as Skip, but because the entertaining factor with Skip and
And
Stephen A.
Stephen
was
A.
was was
Yeah.
amazing. But
Facts.
I think Max did a nice role. There's been some plenty of interesting and entertaining moments with Max, namely I want Iguodala.
I want Iguodala.
We frequently reference that on the podcast. That's funny. We love Max, but it was brought to light that Stephen A. wanted Max off the show.
Damn.
He said the rumors are accurate in terms of me wanting him off the show. Let's just get that out of the way. He said that they maintained a good relationship and that he liked Max. He liked the on-air chemistry, but he said their on-air chemistry had waned. Sometimes it just stalls, and the audience lets you know that it is what it is, and you feel the need for something fresh. You feel the need to retool. It's not like I wanted the guy to be fired or anything like that. I know that there was landing spots for him available at this network that would generate just as much, if not more. It wasn't really about asking him to be off the show. It was about the fact that we together, or as far as I was concerned, were not a great partnership anymore, and that was something that needed to change. Wow. Respect to Stephen A. for coming out and being honest about it. Um, but after before
Yeah.
this, before reading all that, I thought it was gonna be he wasn't he was just gonna say that and then not go into depth about it. But after reading that, I think it's just I think his thing is justified. Um, but you can't just. I feel like I don't know if they've been on the show for 5 years and it's been great so far. And they've had a lot of great moments. I don't know why the chemistry has waned. I don't know how you. It's just weird because I feel like you have to try and rebuild that chemistry if they've been number one for 5 years. And Stephen A. said they're number one for 5 years. I feel like you have to try and acknowledge that the chemistry's waned and then try and adapt to that and make it better.
Yeah.
So I respect that he said all this and had justification for it for the comments. Um,
Hmm.
but I don't know. It's just a bit awkward that they didn't really. I guess Max probably didn't want to. I guess it seems like it was kind of mutual, but I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I mean, I saw this coming.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Just because I'd watch the show occasionally, every other day. I'd either watch it live or just watch the YouTube clips they put out, and you could tell
Oh, okay.
like when Max is speaking, Stephen A. just seemed not to care, and the
Mm.
whole thing about him like yelling at him, like sometimes it seemed like he was talking down on him, and you'd interrupt him too. And he was right. The chemistry just kind of seemed off the past couple of months when I was watching it. Uh, but I feel like it's just more of I just think Stephen A. just didn't want to work with him anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I think he just kind of gave up. Like I said, I could tell by the way the show was being when I was watching the show. I could just tell by the way they were interacting with each other. Max is not a bad analyst. Uh, Obviously, he's good at boxing. He knows how to talk about
Mm-hmm.
boxing, but anything else, he's not really like fully knowledgeable
Yeah.
about. Same thing with Stephen A. I don't think Stephen A. is really knowledgeable about anything. He's just a good TV personality.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It's kind of bogus because I like Max. I thought he was funny. I thought he was funny. I thought he was for I guess for not knowing about basketball, football, or baseball. He kind of seemed like he knew what he was talking about most of the time. Even though he had outrageous takes, I feel like that was just more like for ratings and stuff like that. But like I said, I saw it coming. I feel like Stephen A. just didn't like working with him. I think that's just what it is, straight up.
Yeah. It's interesting that you said that you tuned in. You could tell that the chemistry was waning, and it's dipped off like the last couple of months. So if you saw someone like I'm not really like engaged as much as with them as I am with Undisputed on Fox.
Right.
But it's interesting that you said that because if it's that you know obvious on air to a viewer, then
Mm-hmm.
to a fan, then it's gonna be much more obvious to them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I hope that they had talks. And they
Now I hope
discussed
they,
it. Yeah, they didn't just break. That wasn't just Stephen A. who broke it off because that'd be really bogus.
yeah.
And I think and Max is still employed by ESPN, right?
He's with
He's doing the show, right? Yeah, the Max
like
Kellerman show and
Keyshawn
stuff.
and
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So it's not a company thing too, and they respect each other, I think, enough to stay at the company, and
yeah. That's why I said I feel like it was Stephen A. That's the one that said, "Hey, this is not working out."
yeah, yeah. So I respect that.
It's
Yeah,
interesting though, like how you said, like we don't know for sure, obviously,
yeah,
but when you said the whole thing about did they try to like at least try something
yeah.
different? Did they acknowledge it? Did they talk to each other? Hey, like I feel like we're not really as good on TV like we used to be. Should we do this? Should we do that? I don't know if they did that. I can't tell if they did that. Obviously, maybe they didn't. Just didn't work out. But like I said, when I was watching some episodes, I'd watch like some days, and it's just like for some reason Stephen A. I know he works a lot, but he want to be on the show for like 2 days, and the next 2 weeks he's like not on the show, and then it'd be just
Mhm.
Max and Molly. And Max and Molly was more of like it was more of their show recently than Stephen A. So I don't know if he just was busy with something else, or he just didn't actually want to be on the show, or he just made an excuse. Hey, I have to do this and this. Um, I'm not trying to accuse him of anything, but I'm just saying
Mhm.
like he started to appear less on the show, and then like I said, the chemistry was off. But I feel like this is more of Stephen A. just getting tired of him more than anything else,
Yeah,
which I don't understand why. Because
yeah. I don't understand it either. Yeah, I don't know if it's just weird that they've been so good for like the last 5 years, I think, like that, and I don't know what happened. And it'd be interesting to see what happened to that. How the chemistry like waned, because
yeah,
I feel like it doesn't just drop off like randomly. I feel like if it's been there for 5 years or 4 years, then they're gonna have like it's just gonna continue to grow.
right.
If something happened, then and it just stalls. I don't know. That's interesting that it just stalled. So I don't know if it'd be interesting to see what happened with why it stalled. I don't know why he didn't really get into that on this answer.
More details are gonna come out the
More
next
more
couple
details,
months.
yeah, probably. So
Something's gonna come out for sure.
yeah, I think so. Um, especially if they had different shows. Um, but we'll see. They might be they're professionals. They're doing their job, so that's nice. But
Yeah,
we'll see what happens with Stephen A. and First Take. I know Michael Irvin's on it recently too,
I'm
and
gonna have to post Stephen A.
what?
Yeah, he has like 5 different guests a week,
Kick both of us
every
off
day
my
something,
podcast?
someone new.
No. Mohammed Dafelsi's world, Mo's world.
I might have to pull Stephen A. in the next couple months, man. This chemistry's not it no more.
Mo's world.
Muhammad's world is gonna
Say
be
less. Say
Mo's
less.
world. It's gonna be
It's gonna be Say Less Basketball podcast. It's gonna be Mo's world now.
it's gonna be Say Mo.
Say Mo.
Like Say Mo.
It's just gonna be
Say Mo.
somebody goes to the Instagram account. It's just your face. It's your
It's
second
just me.
account.
It's all me.
The burner account for
It's all
Mohammed.
me, man. It's all me. It wasn't working out with the Will and Zach.
I
Chemistry was off. I couldn't handle it no more.
I cut him off. Yep.
Yeah, I had to get rid of the dead weights.
Oh yeah. We there was other opportunities for them in the network. So I just let them do their own thing.
Yeah, ESPN came around and said, "Hey, we'll take them off your hands, bro. We got some spots for them." I said, "All right, bro. I got you."
Oh man. That's interesting. We'll see. I thought I was gonna say something. I forgot what I was gonna say. Damn. I can't remember. But yeah, Stephen A. has the biggest draw for ESPN. So obviously what he says,
Right now,
obviously what he says, I think is gonna go.
Yeah.
But
facts.
Oh yeah, I remember we were also talking about. It's kind of funny the top 5 quarterbacks or whatever, the most elite quarterbacks in the NFL, and Keyshawn said he threw Derek Carr in that list.
Oh, I seen that.
we were making fun of him in the Instagram, in the Instagram group chat. Yeah, that was funny. I don't know why he threw Derek Carr in there. I forgot about that just casually. The Derek Carr elite thing, man. I don't know how that brought up.
I didn't think
he's good, but
I didn't think someone other than Jack would say something like that. But
yeah,
I guess it's two people in the world now say
stop sleeping on Derek Carr. Stop sleeping on Derek Carr, bro. He's good, but he's not elite. I don't know about that list.
Nope.
It was so funny because it was like Rodgers, Wilson. It was fine, and then you looked at like the last slide, and it was like Derek Carr. I'm like, what? It definitely threw me off. But appreciate everybody. This episode. We'll get better. We'll get well soon.
Yeah, pray for Will.
Pray for Will.
Thanks.
That's all we got, though. I don't know if you have anything else, Muhammad, anything casually.
I can't wait for NBA season, bro, for real. I mean, the NFL got me pumped up. First week already started. Good game on Thursday between, Dak, Dakota did his thing.
Mm-hmm.
Bears prime time tomorrow. We're going to get the first W of the season, bro.
Yes, sir.
Rams going down.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, college football is back, NFL is back, but still got to wait 40 days for the NBA. So, well,
we'll get there.
Can't wait. Yeah, we'll get there. Be patient.
Is Justin Fields starting this week?
Nope.
Justin Fields gonna come in this week?
Nope. I don't think so.
All right. Peace, everybody. YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. You know the deal.
Yes, sir.
So
Peace.
Peace.